This is the Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies. Now, here are your hosts, Cody, Kyle, and Ken.
Guys, it's podcast day today.
Already?
Already, we're at the end of the week.
Woohoo!
Wasn't it too bad of a week? Went by really fast.
Well, I would say so.
Helps when you sneak out of the office for 2 movies on one day.
Yeah, we
Luckies.
we double featured it, and that hasn't happened in a long time. But
Who's this we?
it was just Ken and I. You were invited, but you told us no.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to go to a movie with your children. It's like, fine, they're really fun.
They are really fun.
You actually missed out. We'll talk about this later, but you missed out by not going.
All right. All right. I'm really excited to hear about that.
So we, on the agenda today, we have a lot of reviews we're going to get to. Ken and I saw Nope, and then we saw DC Super Pets. So
and then we
quite the double feature.
it was quite the double feature.
And then we have trailer reviews for the first time in a hot minute.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
been
Some
some
good stuff.
Lots to dive into today.
So let's get started like we normally do. Release calendar changes. Kyle, what got changed this week?
Mainly, it was just from Disney and Marvel because Comic-Con happened, and that means that there's going to be superhero announcements. But for some of the release changes or announcements that they talked about, they mentioned that Blade is going to be releasing November 4th, 2023, followed by Captain America New World Order, which releases May 3rd, 2024. A movie that they're making called Thunderbolts is coming out July 26th, 2024. And then their version of Fantastic Four is scheduled for November 8th, 2024. But the biggest news out of the bunch was that 2 new Avengers movies have been announced, one being called the Avengers, The Kane Dynasty, which is supposed to be releasing May 2nd, 2025, and Avengers Secret Wars, which is releasing November 7th, 2025. So 2 Avengers movies in 1 year, supposedly.
What in the Harry Potter bullshit is this kind of schedule? We haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah.
We had Harry Potter. Pirates did this, I think. They had 2 back-to-back Pirates of the Caribbean and 2 that were pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
2 and 3 or something.
Well,
Matrix,
any time
not in the
before
same
the
year,
pandemic.
though.
I
Matrix,
don't remember.
Matrix did this, but it's very rare. And to have 2 Avengers movies, 2025? Oh, forget about it. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah. I mean, it was an exciting announcement at Comic-Con, and it, I think Marvel for a while was stepping back from announcing their upcoming slate because they didn't want to give hints away, and it spoke too much to what the story was going to be and all that. But now I think that they realize, hey, we have to drum up some anticipation, so they're making these announcements.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
This is Disney loves doing this.
Right.
23,000.
Yeah.
Putting this 60 years in the future.
Yeah. But I don't care. I'm not excited.
Bummer.
I just it elicited no enthusiasm for me. Who wants to see an Avengers movie without Iron Man, without my original Captain America? What is an Avengers? It's going to be all these new people. I have no idea who they are.
That's a very good question. It's not just new characters, but there's so many new characters now. It's who do you put in this movie? Does everyone join?
And do I care? Is this? I don't know. Avengers has lost all excitement for me.
I mean, but many people who go to the movie theaters will say otherwise.
And
I hope everybody's not like me. I'm not trying to project my
2 of the biggest films of this year.
Yeah.
Shit on their parade.
I'm not trying to shit on anything, but I'm just
Thor,
like
Doctor Strange,
Captain America New World Order. Well, unless it has Chris Evans in it, it has no business being titled a Captain America film in my book.
Bucky has earned that role, I guess. I don't know.
It's Falcon. Falcon has that.
Yeah, that. Oh wait, no, that is. Yeah, that's right. I got my names mixed up. What's Falcon's real name? Sam.
Yeah.
No, it's Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. Well, Anthony Mackie deserves that.
What's his real name?
Yeah.
Sam. Right. The one I want to talk about on this list is Fantastic Four number 4.
Yes,
it's the 4th iteration of Fantastic Four.
It's the
Literally.
3rd iteration, but the 4th film.
Yeah.
Do we count that 90s one though? The 90s one that was forgotten about?
The one with Chris Evans in it?
No, there was
there's weird ones.
Like a weird
the
one
80s
in the 90s,
where there was
80s.
a Captain America and there was a Thor movie
we don't
that
count
were way
those.
back.
I mean, no one has seen that movie aside from
Right.
like YouTube clips anyway. I just wanted to
But-
bring it
I
up.
don't
Yeah.
care about Fantastic Four unless it has John Krasinski in it. That is the only thing I'm like, oh,
You and
I would love that.
everyone else in the
A
fandom, I
bearded,
guess.
You know,
Fine,
despondent
okay.
John Krasinski. I like it. I'm feeling that.
I'm not against it. Why not?
Yeah.
Well,
and
he's
and
one
then-
of the few like big name people that hasn't shown up in these yet.
right.
There's very few left.
Yeah.
Well, I would be interested in that one. And the only other one that got piqued my interest was a Blade movie. I actually like Blade. So
Is
I would
Wesley
be-
Snipes,
I'm not
Snipes in
surprised.
it? Is Wesley Snipes in this? Then it's Blade. Okay. He doesn't get to be Blade. Mahershala Ali at 5'4" does not get to be Blade.
You have your one true Blade then.
Yes.
I
Okay,
have my one
okay.
true Captain America, and who cares about Avengers? Kang Dynasty.
Wesley Snipes
Just
would do this
not
movie for
care.
like $85.
Right.
Why are we not putting him in this?
It's not
the
like he
first time they
talked a
can-
lot in the movies. Like he just needs to
No,
have his face
He's
be there.
big and strong, and there's a
yeah.
bunch of CGI.
Yeah.
Like
That's the Marvel way anyway. Why not go
they
down that route?
they screwed up by having Ryan Reynolds in the last one because it's not supposed to be funny.
No, not supposed to not be really funny. It's supposed to be action packed, lots
No,
of blood,
Super
violence.
serious.
I want
No.
Mortal Kombat level
He
blood in
stabbed
this.
he stabs somebody and says, "Oh, I thought you wanted a steak for dinner." Like that's what he does.
And no one else, not even Ryan Reynolds, is allowed for that in these movies.
I think Mahershala Ali is too good of an actor for this. I think it's
Is
similar.
he tied to it? Is that why you keep bringing him
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, he's the
He's
guy
Blade,
starring
yeah.
in this. Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, he's Blade.
he's
What?
won.
He's too good of an
He's
actor
too
for
good.
He's
Like,
won 2 Oscars in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
and now he's.
I know, but
doing
this is
and-
Jared Leto in Morbius. He may
Unless
be
I
too
see
good of an actor for a Marvel
yeah.
movie.
Ooh, Ollie's better than Leto, obviously.
Well, I know, but
Yeah.
it's the same ballpark. I mean, it's not.
it could be in that route if it goes poorly.
Christian Bale was almost too good for
Batman.
the last Thor.
and Thor. Oh yeah.
Well,
No,
especially
Christian Bale was Batman. He was excellent.
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
let's take it easy. Take it down a
This
notch.
film's made like $2 billion. Let's take it a little easy.
I love that when it comes to our commentary for these types of movies, like we just talk crap about the actors when like we know these movies are gonna do so well. Like there's not much else for us to like go over with these.
Yeah. Well,
well, that's why we give real talk. Like these are the real conversations you have.
True. I
Well,
mean, yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
He has to go through a whole body transformation. Like
Who?
Mahershala Ali. Like he just.
I mean, he
not-
needs to be
Oh.
fit, but Wesley Snipes is a big dude.
Yeah. I want a
Yeah.
scary looking Blade. He's half human, half vampire. I need it scary looking.
Is that his thing? I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The vampire
You
bit
don't-
his mother while he
you
was.
don't know- you
preg-
don't know
while she
about
was pregnant
Blade?
With him. He was born.
Blade was never something I
That's
grew
why
up
he
with,
was
so-
born a
Oh.
daywalker, and that's
Okay.
why he
Holy
goes
cow.
after the.
Yeah.
Have you not seen this movie, the original?
I guess I haven't.
Chris
no.
Christopherson's in it. Stephen Dorff is in it.
That's cool.
This is what put
Yeah?
Stephen Dorff on the map.
Is he still
Really.
on the map?
No, but it was what he's known for.
There are some really okay B movies Stephen Dorff has been in recently. Okay,
Don't talk crap about him.
Yeah.
He's doing just fine.
I'm not even sure if there's an R in his last name, like Stephen Dorff.
It's just a jumble of letters, and you just hope that you get close to it.
Yeah, I can say Mahershala, but
Yeah.
I can't
Is this-
Stephen
Because
Dorff.
that has a flow, an elegant flow to it.
Is this the elder millennial, younger millennial situation here?
Could be.
That he just missed out on?
Missed out on Blade. There's like one really good movie, one decent movie, and
Yeah.
then the other one.
The
And
other
then
one.
the other one.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure in my age demographic, like people have seen Blade. I mean, not in a big amount, but a good size amount anyway. And I just missed it. I don't know. Never grew up with it.
Today's podcast, lots of Blade 97 talk.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's dying for.
I don't even know what year it was, but it was at least 20 years ago.
Yeah, probably close to that.
I think it was older. It has to be a 90s movie.
Well, no,
Oh,
that's what I
it's-
think.
I
think
want
it's
to.
a
I want to
90s.
see
I think
a
it's a 90s movie.
19 in that year.
No, the special effects weren't that good.
Yeah,
98.
98.
I was close.
Yeah.
You were
So,
so
yeah, that was-
good.
All right.
Right on.
Well, let's
Yeah.
stop talking
Kyle
about
was
a
what,
movie
a
that's
baby?
25 years old and get into booking strategies for August.
Yeah. So I was just looking at this before the podcast, trying to plot out August and September. And My August is actually filling up, not with great product, but I will have product on the screen in August, and
There you
it won't
go.
just be 27th week of Top Gun holdover product. There'll actually be some new stuff there. Not great. I don't think we had this conversation the other night. I don't think we're going to see another $20 million opening. Maybe Beast. Definitely Bullet Train. I think Bullet Train might be the last $20 million opening.
Better make $100 million on opening.
Yeah, better. But
I'm pumped for this movie.
but after that, you maybe would see 20 on Beast. After Beast, I don't think you're going to get a big opening until October.
Maybe Lyle, but it's going to be Halloween Ends before
Yeah.
you see anything that really pops.
That really pops.
Lyle Crocodile.
Maybe, which is a
Gotcha.
big maybe.
And that's
Yeah.
only because there's like no kids movies from
Mm-hmm.
DC Super Pets now until Lyle Crocodile.
I know. We're entering
Yeah, you're probably right.
these film companies with their scheduling. We
I
have
really feel like I'm putting scraps on the table.
3
for
PG animated
these.
films in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then nothing
For
for 6 weeks. And then, I mean, there's still not a lot
Right.
going into the holidays.
No.
I get the feeling too. There's gonna be those opinion articles where it's like the box office was doing so well, but now it's dead. What happened?
Is the variant increasing awareness?
No, we're dealing with scraps now. Like
Yeah.
maybe there will be a surprise, but that's a maybe. Cut us some
Monkeypox is
slack.
affecting the film industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be a new one. Watch
Yeah.
out for that.
Watch out for that headline. No, I will. There's some interesting titles in there. There's some stuff that will be niche that will maybe pop for certain locations and not others. Definitely so much filler. And on top of that, of the stuff that is coming out, you're going to see smaller print counts. So you're not going to see stuff in 3s and twins on the break. Maybe a lot of 4s and 5s. If they're low grossing, you're not going to see it there either. And
Fighting
so,
for these higher per screen averages, but it leaves a lot of people on the outside looking in.
yeah,
Good grossing theaters.
And so now it has the double effect of you're missing out on future comps down the road because you didn't get it on the break. You're also missing the window. You're missing the value window anymore. And so there's really not the great options to play things off the break. Like it's a tough sell, I think, and we've really been pushing our clients and our booking strategies to being very aggressive on the break titles. And if you have small print counts and you don't have access to that, it's really hard. Like there's not really plan B out there. I mean, and that's what we're looking at right now. So
Oof.
it's just,
We feel for you, people.
yeah, it's low grosses. And then of those, if you don't get it right away, it's even half of that low gross. So
Yeah.
yeah. But that is on us to find little gems, try new things. It's on the theaters to try new experiences, maybe diversify. Maybe this is where you really push private rent outs again. Maybe you push, like strategic gaming rent outs, corporate retreats, other
I've got
stuff that people need in the fall.
I've got an indoor theater that's doing their first ever indoor double feature with Top Gun 1 and 2.
Oh, see, I mean,
Yeah.
You have to
right.
get creative, and that's a whole
creative.
weekend. They're going to play it a double feature Friday, Saturday, Sunday
yeah.
for the same ticket price. And it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like in a small town.
Yeah, for sure.
Can that work? And I definitely suggest for anybody listening that, usually you wait to reduce your summer hours till after Labor Day, and that's kind of like the end of summer. But I think you do it now. I think you just start now, maybe close a couple days during the week, and definitely pull 9s and early matinees. I mean, there's no reason to be open so much right now.
We've got
Enjoy the summer.
we
Come
have
on.
plenty of time to make money in October on.
Right.
Yeah,
But save.
yeah, true.
I mean, just save those energy costs, save, labor costs. I mean, it's going to be hard because a lot of theaters staffed with high school kids this summer. And when they're gone, you think, oh gosh, I'm not going to have enough staff, but you're not going to have enough product for that staff to be open that much. So I think could be a good time to really reevaluate your labor costs, your hours of operation. Just make sure that you're being efficient in the hours that you are open, and that you're getting as many butts in seats as you can.
Yep.
It's going to be tough. But that's kind of, that's going to be we're going to trump that message the next few weeks.
Well, speaking of butts and seats, what did Pets do for Thursday night previews?
Yay! We get into the reviews part. Okay, Pets did 2.2 million and Minions did 6.2. So it's
all right.
not as big as Minions, but going into the summer, we knew Minions was going to be a behemoth.
But
Yeah,
Minions
for sure.
was $100 million 3-day.
Right.
So this should be 35.
I think easily 35.
Yeah, the projections were about 30 mil anyway, so exceeds it just a bit, but
And
good for this movie.
And
because
Thursday
it's
night
swallowed up by
previews.
Minions.
Yeah, Thursday night previews aren't great for kids movies.
No, because you don't want to take kids out evenings
No.
usually.
Or Thursdays, yeah.
Yeah.
For that matter.
So, but Ken and I went and saw it. We did take our boys to see it, and the boys really enjoyed it.
Good.
I think they laughed and they were engaged in it for the whole movie, and I always use that as my barometer on how well the movie is doing if it can hold their attention the whole time.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it was 100 minutes, which is a little long,
Yeah.
but it was fun.
Had a lot of action in it, and it was quick pace, so that was good, and it had a lot of funny lines in it. In fact, Ken and I loved the turtle character. It is a saucy, foul-mouthed turtle. It was
For a PG kids movie?
Yeah.
Gasp.
They bleeped out curse words
Oh,
with
really?
this turtle.
Yeah,
It is
they had-
saucy.
Okay.
What
and
the
we
what
were-
the bleep was that?
Yeah.
Like
Where the bleep am I?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the
It was
turtle
a-
was
it
the
was a
best
fun-
character
How is there no backlash for that?
because it was bleeped. It was fun for
But-
the adults.
But still, you would still think a parent would be like, oh, my kid
They
somehow
used it-
will know that word.
they used it perfectly so that
Yeah.
with the bleep, like it didn't change the meaning of the sentence. It was
Okay.
just an adjective, an expletive. So it's like, where am I? Where the bleep am I?
Oh, okay.
So the kids could understand where the story was
Uh-huh.
with the giant bleep on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
Huh,
It
okay.
was, that turtle was such a fun character. There was some really good other like one-liners that were just funny and it was still heartfelt, and The Rock and Kevin Hart, sorry, were those they had good chemistry. Their characters were really good. It's hard in an animated film. You worry that their voices are so dynamic that they're going to overpower each other, but it worked for me on this.
No, it was very well put together. It made a lot of sense. It was interesting from start to finish.
All the animals were fun. They were all fun.
Good.
And,
There was
Good.
really no dragging. Sometimes you can get those what they have
yeah.
the
They even
emotional moments and
They even made fun of other animated films too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There was
they
a- there
name
was a-
dropped like Paws of Fury and
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. Yeah,
I was going to say Paws of Fury. How they do that?
They name dropped Paw Patrol, and there was like one other one that they.
They're assembling all the super pets and they're like, what is this, Paw Patrol?
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
mean it was just clever and fun.
I was assuming the joke was going to be like, someone called the Paw Patrol. No, they're busy. We can't get them. Okay, then we'll get this turtle that
Well, this was
drops F-bombs or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, she was a saucy turtle, and then she had a backstory that went to like the 1800s, and you're like, oh yeah, tortoises are super old.
What is this movie?
Yeah, it
What
was
is happening?
really surprising, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, we really
That's
enjoyed
good.
it.
That's good.
I mean, it was. You expect these with these names and it being DC
Mm-hmm.
to fall off the wagon in quality as far as writing, things like that. You know,
Sure.
the production's going to be fine because it's Warner Brothers animated.
Yeah.
But this was right on par with Lightyear and Minions.
Yeah, I would say it was almost better than Lightyear. I mean, the quality was as good, but I think Lightyear was still really good.
Well, Lightyear had a deeper story.
Yeah.
Not like I'm losing my friend because he's getting married.
Right.
Like
Right.
that was the
Oh, that was
the
that one
MacGuffin
of-
the
was-
MacGuffin in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. From like one of the
It's
pets,
like
I assume.
also
Yeah.
there's a war raging between pets and superheroes and supervillains, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my friend to Lois Lane.
You know, what was good about it was that it was pleasant for parents to go to, and I think that's such a good predictor of how well the film's going to do, because if parents are okay taking kids to it and seeing it more than once, then I think you're going to be okay. And we really need that, because this film being the last kids movie has to have legs. Like, we have to have this work for a minimum 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my worry, because Minions is also still kind of holding in strong, although it will eventually die out. So with DC, I was kind of afraid that this movie was still going to be overshadowed by Minions, and then it would drop off quickly. And then once Minions drops off, then we have nothing for, like you said, August and September. But
kind of how
maybe
we
this does have the legs
burned.
then, if that's the case, from what you guys tell me.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't think it'll be burned up like Paws of Fury was. Like, I really wish Paramount had just put Paws of Fury at the middle to end of August. We would have...
Even that for a week
oh my
or
gosh,
two.
that would have been so much better than just wasting it in July
point.
like we did.
It got buried. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, on to
let's
the
hear
first
this.
part.
Why do you guys sound so tired?
I'm just waiting for Cody to get this out of her system.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She was very upset about our first feature.
So
of the
we
day.
went to
Oh, yeah,
Nope,
there was a double feature.
and I was very excited for Nope. I was kind of digging the idea of like the like urban cowboy alien, you know, my first Jordan Peele movie. I've never seen Us or Get Out. Like, I just don't like movies like that. I don't
Scary
do horror.
movies?
I don't do
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any of that. So this one I was
she's
like,
not really up
oh,
for thinkers when it comes to movies either.
no. I don't go to movies to think.
Bummer.
I go to movies to escape.
Yeah.
So so I was
As we
actually
all.
I thought this one I was just really excited for. I think I had too high of expectations, and I was very disappointed and let down by it. I thought it was very boring, very slow paced. The lead character was a wet blanket with no personality whatsoever. It felt like pulling teeth trying to get him to talk, and it was just frustrating for me. Like, I can't. It left angry. I left that movie angry
Yes, she did.
because I was so
She
frustrated
was not
by
happy.
it.
Yeah, I'm
No.
kind of playing into it now, but I already know what she has said about this movie,
Yeah.
and she is much
I'm
calmer.
calmer because I watched a really cute
Yeah, but
movie after that.
she's getting angry still talking about
Yeah,
it.
so Ken, how about you? Do you
Yeah.
add on to your thoughts so Cody can calm down again?
Jordan Peele.
I really enjoyed Get Out. I love the movie Us.
Thank you.
I love that movie.
Thank you.
Yes.
More people need to like that movie.
This was a real letdown.
Bummer.
This really I appreciated all the acting was great. The visuals were great. The surprises were okay, but it was just not enough of I needed like one explanation. Why is this happening? That's
why
what I
is
need.
the alien? Why are the aliens here?
Why
Alien.
just what is causing this to have occurred?
Okay.
That's what I need. If I had that, I think I would really have enjoyed this. But I needed that, and I'm sure there's some very artsy, very broad explanation of why this is happening in some universe that I don't understand. But
Okay.
this is a straightforward Godzilla, aliens attack movie. You have to have a reason. I just need that.
Okay.
Sure.
So
sure.
on top of it being super boring, I didn't get attached to any of the characters because they were wet blankets and just awful. I
Keke
felt like
Palmer was a wet blanket.
No, she was great.
Yeah,
she was
okay,
great.
okay.
But she was not the main guy. The main guy was Daniel
Kaluuya.
Yeah, and he just. I don't even know why he was there. Like a cardboard cutout of him would have been better in these scenes.
He had an arc.
No, I hated
He
how
had to take care of business, and he finally stepped up.
I couldn't stand how it looked like it was filmed during the day and they just put a blue light filter over it to make it at night. No, it's never the moon is never that bright. It doesn't shine like that. And there wouldn't with that many clouds, you wouldn't see it like that. So no, that was super annoying. The fact that nobody tried to kill I liked the idea it was a creature, even though it looked like a sand dollar in the sky. I liked the idea it was an animal
Spoiler alert.
and not a spaceship. I thought that was actually a really cool twist, and that's probably the one thing I liked the most about this movie. However, if you figured out it was a predator animal and you didn't try to blow it up, what is the point of this movie? Why wasn't you strapping TNT or bombs? I mean, he lived on a ranch and he didn't have a gun on him at any point in this.
It is in California.
Not even a shotgun in the house. No, you have predators even just to shoot a rattlesnake. You would have something.
Sure,
So you wouldn't
but-
strap a bunch of bombs onto one of those horses and be like, "Good luck, Lucky."
Big alien
Shoot it.
creature.
Click.
Shotgun.
Ah.
Uh,
No, but the fact that he didn't have anything that
maybe
no.
he did.
Mm-mm.
No, I needed more explanation here.
I needed more attempts to kill the thing. Your first reaction isn't to destroy it once you know it's an animal.
This is interesting because when I was saying last week, I thought this would be the movie that is more audience friendly in that it's more straightforward as compared to Us or Get Out, to where you have to like really think about what's going on. I mean, there's some you have to think some about this movie, but I think in terms of what Jordan Peele has done over his filmography, like this is the one where you're like, oh, alien space case movie. Okay, I'm in. I thought it would be. I thought it would be that same reaction from you.
Where you
not-
didn't try to kill the aliens.
It's not Body Snatchers and it's not multiverse stuff or multiple universes.
Yeah.
That's why I thought I was gonna like
So
it.
I thought it would be more straightforward, but in Godzilla, you know why Godzilla is there.
Yeah.
You know why. And I mean, when there's giant monsters.
Do you?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a nuclear bomb and the thing turns into Godzilla.
Yeah,
you
and
know
then he
that.
rampages the city.
All right,
like
sure.
It's very
I mean,
straightforward.
it's very straightforward. And this was
Why did it turn into a butterfly like sea creature looking thing?
Fair enough.
I
It was
just-
cool.
And then it's like, like
it was so upset at that point, but not at any other point.
Yeah.
And it turned into a butterfly.
Oh,
Because when
and
you
the-
probably would have shot at it with the shotgun, then it probably would have turned to a butterfly much earlier.
Well, and then the whole scene where they dump all the human blood and guts, like, I mean, was that the contents of its entire life? That was way too much blood. It was just raining blood off
But
of like
man,
40 people.
Didn't
Come
it
on.
look cool though?
It looked cool, but it was not believable.
That was like one of the few shots of this year where I'm like, I'm gonna remember.
I feel like
shot
that was
for
a really
while.
nostalgic throwback horror shot.
which does come into play in this movie for sure. Like with the likes of Spielberg making his alien type movies, and even Shyamalan when he did some sci-fi stuff. It definitely was like a resemblance of what Peele would do and paying homage to those types of things.
This is why I don't do horror movies. I'm like, people wouldn't act this way. They would immediately be trying to shoot that thing down.
Yeah.
As dumb as a shotgun in the sky, at least I would have seen an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a long-range rifle, a 30-06, something. He would have had something. He's got to put one of those horses
I just imagine
down.
those characters being like, a 30 who? What now?
Yeah. It was not believable at all that he was a ranch hand that didn't have a weapon.
Let's move on to our next topic that also doesn't make a lot of sense.
And I'm bummed. I really wanted you guys to like this movie.
I
hope
we
I
both
wanted
really
to like
wanted
it.
to like it.
Yeah.
And it was just a little disappointing. I thought
I hope
the
he doesn't
acting-
try a romantic comedy. If he ruins that for me, he's back on the shit list.
So he's not on there yet. Okay,
No,
I'll take
he's
that.
not on there yet.
He's safe, but you've been warned.
He has been warned.
All right, so this next topic, what do we have to discuss?
Oh, apparently Lionsgate and STX are in talks to merge. STX is unwinding themselves from Eros, and I don't know what company that is, but they are unwinding themselves from it and maybe glomming onto Lionsgate, and I'm not really sure why.
What was the name of that company?
Eros
Sounds like a sex toy.
That's kind of
It sounds like, according to Deadline, that Lionsgate is getting the movies and the product that STX has, and Lionsgate will handle distributing and marketing for the theatrical
That's
releases.
good
That's
because
good.
Lionsgate is better at distributing than STX was.
Yeah.
And Lionsgate actually still has staff, whereas STX didn't have anybody.
They do not.
They do not.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like Lionsgate is just trying to prop up. This is a way for them to get a little bit more product for their slate in hopes of anticipation of being bought. It just doesn't feel like this is a real long-term strategy.
No, but it also at least gives them
Brief.
probably more original stuff, perhaps. I
Well,
think.
or any product, because they barely had anything.
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean, they're
outside
in-
of John Wick.
they're in the business of John Wick and
Cheap horror movies.
cheap horror movies,
and good-
religious.
I was gonna say, and good feel
dramedies.
ones.
Cheap faith-based movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
How
now
many
they're
Wonder
gonna have
movies can we create?
Yeah. Yeah, that one's gonna be
apparently
interesting.
multiples.
Yeah.
What's the new Wonder movie?
White Bird.
White
Yeah,
Bird.
It's like a weird prequel thing.
Yeah, they only mention the Wonder
And
Kid,
it has-
and then
and
it
it has
somehow
Nazis in it.
and
Yeah.
then it somehow becomes a 1940s escape thriller.
No,
Yeah.
what they're doing here is taking a McDonald's cheeseburger and throwing away the patty and then going to Burger King to get something that's actually grilled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a fast food hamburger.
Yeah.
There's no improvement of the quality here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just the same movies, different stamp on them.
Yeah, but at least maybe some stuff will finally be released again, so
Yeah.
that way we can have more stuff. Like
my
August,
gosh.
throw all
Yeah.
this stuff in August.
STX has a lot of product
September,
that's been sitting
that'd be
there.
great.
I mean,
Yeah.
they have stuff to play, stuff that we've been requesting.
Right. And that anything that goes theatrical and not streaming is a positive in my book.
Yeah,
So
exactly, which is what I'm
hoping that this does, because
Yeah.
neither one of those has a dedicated streamer. So
even if it is a short-term plan.
Right.
At least it's that.
So what's next on the agenda?
We're going to talk about why Marvel movies don't look good lately. And
Yeah, Cody, you want to talk about how much you hate Marvel movies again?
remember the conversation we had at the
I
beginning?
can't hate something if I have no interest in seeing it. So
There you go.
Well, this is complaints of basically workers versus management, or it's used with what they call pixel fucking.
yeah, that was the headline. I had to
Yeah.
ask Kyle what it meant. I was like, I think I'm too old for this term.
It's Marvel being too picky over every single scene of every single shot and making sure everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And just unrealistic deadlines.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
there's an article basically talking about the unrealistic deadlines that VFX artists have having to make, and the VFX artists, of course, work on making the CGI and the spectacleness these days look very good, but between the overworked hours and apparently the not so great working conditions and the amount of hours and deadlines that they have to make, it has kind of resulted in, I would think, some Marvel movies and within other studios as well, probably not being able to look as great as they probably should be. So
Like Morbius.
oh, breaking
yeah,
news.
it could be Morbius.
Breaking
even.
news today, folks. Film companies have unrealistic expectations. Also, water wet.
Yeah. That part isn't surprising, but it's just frustrating, because people who go to the theaters, we should have really great stuff to show them. And I'm sure VFX artists also want the same. They also want to do a great job, and they also want to show people in theaters what they've made and give them a great experience. But with studios, these unrealistic expectations are what's causing, these movies to fall flat just a bit.
Well, I think that we have a supply issue here, that the studios have really upped their content game because they're trying to not only fill a theatrical window, but now a streaming window.
Yeah, that's true too.
And so they're going to these visual effects houses and they're saying, okay, I may have had one or two, big pictures a year, or six films on my slate that needed your work. Now I have doubled that because part of that goes to our dedicated streamer. Like at the time that, say, take Disney, for example, because we mentioned Marvel. So you have your Disney theatrical, you have your Marvel films, but you also now have Star Wars TV shows. You have Marvel TV shows. I mean, you have a lot going on in these houses now, and they haven't doubled or tripled the staff to accommodate the doubling or tripling in content production.
Yeah.
And so they are being overworked with tight deadlines because those streaming services need a content churn. It's all about what's new and latest and keeping people super engaged. Whereas the movies where you got more time to get it right because that played longer in the theater. It was more of a long-term prospect. And so I feel for them. And this is, I think, the industry and the creative side of the industry now feeling just the pressure and the tightness of that.
Also on tonight's news, industry has hard time finding workers.
Yeah.
Shocked? Me too. Also, sky is blue. Tonight at 10.
So once again, streaming ruined everything.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, streaming.
Well, the film companies spent, like all other industries, spent all this time dealing with COVID and dealing with closures and dealing with changes to the release schedule. And now they're dealing with, we don't have enough employees. Well, we all did that 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We all knew that was the case.
Yeah.
But they, blinded by monkeypox and COVID variants and not paying attention to what the real issues were.
And now that
They don't have a supply chain issue because they create their supply.
Yeah.
Right.
But and there's never going to be a shortage of people who want to be on camera.
No.
Or behind the camera. But people who want to sit in an office and program movies, yeah, you can't get people to program anything right now.
Especially when it comes to these theatrical releases, they lean so heavily into the CGI now is that it overtakes that as compared to like the actual filming of the movie, the people working behind the camera, the people in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the big enough staff to, make what is a studio's number one thing now, and that's the CGI spectacle of it, yeah, of course it's going to result in this stuff happening.
Yeah. Can we talk about the real CGI spectacle, which was the Shazam trailer we saw last night? I don't think there were actual people in this trailer.
What? No. Zachary Levi.
He's not a real person.
He is such a real person.
Have you seen him?
Yeah,
he
on stage at CinemaCon.
So smooth. Like they.
Yeah,
that's just good genes, man.
It is. He really does look like that in real life. Very handsome. Very personable on stage.
Oh, okay.
I can imagine.
You were there at CinemaCon when he was on stage.
Yeah, you saw him for real.
Was getting cocktails. He was not on stage when I was there.
Okay, well, I get blinders on, and he was definitely on stage.
So your blinders are for Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
Ken's are for cocktails.
Mine are, and Zachary Levi playing Kurt Warner. But that's the only excuse he gets.
Zachary Levi? Oh, it's not football.
He's not wearing a Rams jersey. Not interested.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can talk about this trailer now.
Yeah, this Shazam trailer looked really fun. I like how they are expanding the universe a little bit more, but keeping the same like all in the family message.
Yeah, me too.
And stuff. And it just, I feel like they kept the tone of the first one, which was good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same consensus that I got as well. I just hope that they stick the landing on doing so, because they did it so well in the first one to me. But yeah, I was happy with seeing that.
It has Helen Mirren in it. Of course, they've stuck the landing.
That's a good point.
It's another DC movie about Greek gods. I could care less. Just leave it alone. Just make it.
This one gets me way more excited than Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. I have no idea what that is.
Serious.
Ugh. Yeah, this one's fun.
Well, we also got a trailer this week that was not fun.
No, we got the Black Panther teaser trailer and
Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
If that doesn't get your heartstrings pulled, I don't know what does, because man, waterworks.
Angela Bassett, she just carries this
she
for
just
sure.
so powerful.
Yeah, just that
the mama in me, just my heart went out to her.
And the quality of this trailer also was what got me as well, because I haven't really been blown away by trailers, particularly like Marvel trailers lately. But this one actually looked like a real movie and looked very well made.
Right.
I just hope that doesn't change in the final product of it all.
It just made me so sad. The whole thing.
It does.
It's just I don't know if it's going to do any business. I don't know.
Oh, it'll do business.
I think there'll be definitely an interest in the beginning. Like there's going to be that curiosity factor.
Yeah,
with
people
it for
need to
sure.
know who's going to be Black Panther next, or how are they even going to address, the loss of the actor.
And then the success of this film will be about how that question is answered for sure.
Yeah.
If Winston Duke is not the Black Panther, I'm going to be
I'm going to be really disappointed too.
I wouldn't be against it either. I have a feeling it's going to be one of the female characters.
Me
but
too. Well,
I wouldn't be upset if M'Baku did either.
Because they show like a very quick a glimpse of a Black Panther character, but you don't know if it's him before,
Chadwick Boseman flashback.
Yeah.
Or
is it
if
someone else in a costume?
This is the one that's taking it up, because it kind of seems a little feminine, but it's just so hard to tell in such a quick glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
But I want Winston Duke to be. He's my go-to. He's so big and just such a presence on screen.
The actor's great.
Now, if Disney took a hard right turn, and decided not to go with diversity in Black Panther, and they made the guy from The Hobbit the Black Panther.
Which guy?
That's in the Black Panther movies. I'm trying to remember. If they take a hard right turn and make a white British guy the Black Panther, I think this could be a winner.
No. That would be catastrophic.
No, but
but
it would
hilarious to think about.
A funny SNL skit.
Yeah.
That actually,
we'd like to announce the new Black Panther.
That would actually be like a really good skit for SNL or
It's
something
Robert
like
Downey
that.
Jr.
See, isn't this what you wanted?
Tom
huh?
Cruise is the new Black Panther.
He can do anything.
So yeah, that it's gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out, and it's coming up soon. It's gonna be in November as well,
It
so
is.
it won't be long.
It'll be a good Thanksgiving title. I wanted to talk about because I'm so up on Shazam.
Yeah,
Shazam comes out at Christmas. I think out of all the Christmas titles, my number one to book for everybody is going to be Puss in Boots, because you have to have an animated children's title at the holidays, because you have to have something that little kids can go to and grandma can go to, and that's usually defaults to an animated title. So Puss in Boots, number one. Number two, I'm going with Shazam. I am not as high on Avatar as I think a lot of other people are. I don't know if people...
She looks at me
No,
when she says
yeah.
that.
I don't know if the gut reaction is, oh, I have to have Avatar because it's going to be good, or there's actual interest in it, or I just think the first one was so big that I have to do this one.
I think for theaters, it's that second one. That's going to be their mindset.
Well,
So you're going to have to do some tough convincing.
After
I
a
asked
year
him.
of Top Gun being remade after 40 years.
Yeah.
This is only 10 years, Cody. It
know.
should be 4 times bigger than Top Gun was.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be the box office numbers that the first one did.
For
Absolutely
sure.
not.
But
but
that's a given. It could never live up to the
sequels
first one.
sequels are rarely bigger than the original.
So, it'll. So
Top
I
Gun
don't
Maverick,
even think.
anyone?
I don't even know if it'll be half of what the other one was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you start asking somebody, why would you go see this? Especially because I think the teaser they put out is just awful. Like, nobody talks till the very end. There's no engagement. I don't know who any of these characters are. I just see like, oh, they could be pregnant and there's water, and it just
It's to remind you of the spectacle. I think that's
Doesn't-
what it was for.
it doesn't feel like it though. It just feels boring.
I mean, yeah. That could be for a lot of people. That's just what I see from the teaser. That was
and
the strategy.
Our biggest movie going demographic that's been really consistent post pandemic has been teenagers.
Yeah.
None of them have seen the first one. I guarantee you that I wouldn't even
10
know
years is a long time.
if they know if you said Avatar, if they would think about the blue creatures, or if they still go to like Avatar Last Airbender. So
Or
the anime.
it's an
Yeah.
avatar on your social media.
Yeah,
Like-
or your phone avatar.
like when I heard Avatar for the first time, I had no idea what they were talking about.
yeah.
No idea.
I
10
mean,
years ago.
even in my age group at the time, Avatar: The Last Airbender was popular. The anime was. So even still, before the movie was coming out, we probably also had the conversations of like, wait, did they finally make an Avatar movie? Oh, that's not at all what it was.
Not at all.
But it still made money, of course.
Didn't
but-
Shamalama Ding Dong make one of those?
yeah, he made
did.
the movie.
He made the live action one. I
Yeah.
think.
Ugh.
Agreed.
So I do have some reservations with it, and I've been talking to people and like, oh yeah, we've got to have Avatar. I'm like, why? Like, can you tell me why you think it's going to be really good? Because I don't see it.
But but it's so interesting though, because we always mention that this is such a brand-driven business these days. I just think that Avatar is still, it's not the brand that is the most popular now, but it still is recognizable that the assumption for theaters is that they probably have to play it. Like they have to play this movie.
No one-
and
Oh,
maybe
for sure.
for audiences that could be the same way.
Whenever
Like,
you
I
bring
still-
these,
you go, Ken.
Whenever we bring these lists out, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, Avengers Endgame, Avatar, Jaws, like adjusted for inflation, and it's like that's what everyone thinks. Like if they redid Jaws today, people would play it.
I would be more
Yeah.
excited about that than
I know,
Avatar.
I understand, but I mean that's what I'm saying.
That sounds awesome.
But if it's one of these cultural, I mean, we had Salem's Lot, which was not a huge grossing
Right.
movie when it was originally made, but people were genuinely excited about it because they had some name recognition. I mean, this has the most name recognition when it comes to
yeah.
what movie has made the most money. Titanic, Avatar,
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame. That's what you think of.
And when it comes to that, doesn't mean like you can't play Shazam, because I think Warner Bros. Was actually smart in realizing that Shazam is kind of within the realm of the DC world or whatever they term it as. It's like their B title, so they're thinking, okay, there still is going to be audiences coming out at Christmas. The first priority is probably going to be Avatar, But at least with Shazam, thinking of it as like the next title after, that could still make its money back. We still get good business, and it still is as successful as the first one, which came out in like April, and it wasn't like necessarily a smash hit, but it was enough to get people talking about and get a sequel.
Well, this is where you got to separate your personal feelings from business feelings.
Yeah.
But I am struggling to
do that.
To do that. Yeah, I really am on this one. Like, I just have no interest. No, I just don't think. I think there's going to be so much hype and so much letdown with Avatar. I hope it's the opposite, but I'm going to focus on what I know. Like, I know Shazam will do a certain amount of business, and I know Puss in Boots will do a certain amount of business, and those are going to be my anchor. Then if I have room on something else when we get there, then I'll add in. Obviously, in all the big complexes, you play everything. Like, it's not. Yeah. I'm mostly talking about really little locations.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you may have to make a choice between 3 titles.
Yeah, we're not saying that. I don't know if Regal should play Avatar.
Yeah.
Like, no, obviously not. But we're talking about the people who are listening to this podcast, like the ones with the smaller theaters, and what decisions they are the ones that have to make these tough decisions.
The smartest move that we haven't talked about really is that they moved Aquaman from here.
Yeah.
And they give Aquaman its own month in 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs room to really stretch its legs and to be the only thing that's in theaters.
Yep.
Yeah, because that would be an A title, not Shazam.
No.
Yeah, that's that. You know, the first Wonder Woman were A pluses for them. Just absolutely destroyed at the box office.
Speaking of Aquaman 2, apparently there's a report coming out from Hollywood Reporter that Ben Affleck is going to be Batman
again in
the Aquaman 2 movie.
It's only because Jason Momoa posted a picture on social media with Ben Affleck, and he's like, Arthur and Bruce
at it again.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, bring it back.
I don't know if that is what it means, but I just needed to see Ken's reaction.
I know. I'm Batman.
Yeah. If they put Robert Pattinson next to Jason Momoa, he'll look like something Jason Momoa left in the toilet. Yeah. Okay. Ben Affleck is just as big as Jason Momoa is.
At least probably just as tall.
He's just as tall.
Not as wide, but he's not small by any means.
No.
And he's way in better shape now. J-Lo got him in shape.
Yeah,
she's like, if we're going to have a sham of a marriage, you got to at least look the part.
I like to think it's real.
It's real.
Early 2000s love back at it again.
No, I saw a meme where them getting married could possibly take us back in time to when they got married the first time.
Did they actually get married?
No,
again?
they broke up. They didn't. They never got married.
Okay, well, it could undo the pandemic, people.
Oh my gosh.
If we travel back 10 years.
There's even a 1% chance.
It gets the timeline righted.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, we all wake up one day and it's like, somebody says COVID, and you're like, what are you talking about? I don't know what this is.
All I know is that Ben Affleck and J-Lo are now married, and everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
And they're the crowned king and queen of America. And we're fine with that because we didn't have to shut down our businesses for 2 years.
Nothing would make me happier.
I'm all in on this.
Yeah.
Multiverse. Bennifer multiverse.
The Bennifer multiverse.
And on that note, I think that's all we have for today's episode.
That is.
Batfleck's back.
Yes.
Joyous day, everyone.
Go see DC Super Pets. Super cute. Take your kids. It was well worth it.
And see, nope, don't listen to the others.
No, don't do it. Don't waste your money.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Off the Break Podcast. Find us on all podcast platforms or at screeninsider.co. And be sure to like and follow our Facebook and Instagram pages at Off the Break Podcast.